your one-stop shop when it comes to customization. Totes, tees, tumblers, hats, and more. Looking for a customized gift idea for a graduation, birthday party, baby shower, or just a unique creation of your own? Check out Shazazz Creations as seen here on Whitney D TV. Female, Black owned. Use my promo in the description box down below and let her know Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Thank you. Bye. Welcome to Embrace Pangea. These products are all created to bring you back to balance through nature's gifts. They have a wide range of products that deal with various aspects of daily life, such as deodorants, juices, clothing, vagina detoxes, and body scrubs. Whichever product that you decide to embrace, you can rest assured that it was created with love for the betterment of self. Embrace your Pangea. Visit the link in the description box below and let them know that Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Bye. So check out the site embracepangea.com and embrace your Pangea. You know what I'm saying?
Come on in, people. It's time for the plug. So y'all know I got a word. If you don't know, you're gonna find out in a few minutes. My name is Britannia, and I am the plug. I am the plug. My name is Britannia, and I am the plug. I am the plug.
My name is Whitney Davis. I'm 33, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. Pleasant Grove, Dallas, Texas. So, it kind of makes me think about the whole R. Kelly situation. And people that know me, I know that I'm a YouTuber, and I talk strongly about the situation, and some people would label me as to be a hater of R. Kelly, but it's like, no, I get him. I get how being a part or exposed to that traumatic, sexual abuse that you begin to be, you then in turn become the abuser, the abuse becomes the abuser, and you are exposed to something. Sometimes cognitively, you're thinking that it's okay. It's not right. I don't think it's okay, clearly, because it's happening to me, and then it was by somebody who supposedly loved me. And so it just becomes like, repetitive. It becomes like something that you just continuously do, and then it becomes a behavior, then it becomes somewhat accepted, because all these years it was accepted, his behavior, and for me too, it was just kind of like, not necessarily that it was accepted, it was tolerated. She just fast, oh, she just bad, oh, she just grown, and not knowing that deep inside, oh no, she's hurt, oh no, she done been through something, oh no, she's acting out, and that's the stigma that I'm trying to break with this whole experience now. That no, what you're seeing is a surface level issue, but it's something deeper that we need to expose. These behaviors that you're seeing, it's not just these words that we like to put on people: fast, hot, grown, and all these things. You're seeing a spiritual warfare going on right before you, and it's a reason behind it. These people went through something. Let's talk about it. People, when you think about abuse or sexually abusing, you think it's just kids, but adults get sexually abused all the day. And what I say is, by me, all these chain relationships that I kept getting in and out of, or just abusing men, just for sexual tendencies, because that's really what it was at this point. I was just like, I want you, just want what you can offer me, and then when I get it, it's still not enough, because it's something that was a void that got stripped from me, that I'm seeking to fill, but I can't find it in men. I can't find it in, just blatantly putting their penises or what have you. I need to find that void in Christ, and I absolutely did, but that's what you see all these adults doing, is steady trying to seek for something in people that people can offer. And so, I abused other children, and I abused people, adults, if you will, by getting into these relationships, not giving them closure, and just kind of abusing, them as an individual, and yeah, that's not right, but no one wants to talk about that.
Shazazz Creations, your one-stop shop when it comes.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now let's get into this, shall we?
Today I saw a ladybug, and it's so crazy because Whitney used to always call me Ladybug, and we used to have thousands of ladybugs in Virginia come summertime. We used to open up all the windows, and thousands of ladybugs would just come into the house. They would fly into the house, and it would just be the most beautiful thing ever. And I saw a ladybug today, and it made me think of Whitney. That's so crazy. It really made me think of Whitney.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney.
All right, you guys, welcome. Pray you guys are doing fabulously. Look, I'm sorry I was going to come to you guys, but it's just been a long day. I am not going to lie. It's just been a long, exhausting day. So I'm not going to be too long into it. I'm going to get right into everything. But before I begin, I wouldn't be who I am or have my channel if it wasn't for you guys. So I am going to head over to the chat and shout everybody out before we get into these house rules. And then before we get into what you guys are here for, okay? Shouts out to Nene. Hey, you know what? I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. I'm here to give you guys what I told you I would, okay? Chicago, where it all started, unfortunately, right? Hey, Vera. Hey, Karen, my love. Hey, honey bunches. Hello. Hey, Nettie. You listening, girl? Okay, girl. Larry's minion. Hey, girl. One love to everybody. Hey, Karen Johnson. Hey, Karen. And you know what? All these Karens. Look, okay? All right. You know where I'm coming in. All right. Hey, Brenda. Hello, beautiful Whitney D. Hello, girl. I'm looking shiesty right about now. Just passed my CNA exam and we'll be contacting you soon about the business we discussed. Queen City in the house. Thank you. I'm looking forward to that. Hey, my love, the truth. Hey, honey bunches, you finally called us, huh? There go my boy Atmos. Hey, Atmos. Okay, before I move further into the chat, I want to let you guys know this is a continuation of a 3-part read, okay? Let's make that very clear. I'm going to be jumping mid into the transcripts, okay? If you would like to see the beginning half of like the first 30 pages of the transcript, head on over to my girl Diva Divine's channel. I'm going to possibly link it in the description box. And then if you want to see the second wing of that 30 part, head on over to Atmos Love Zone, which is right here on the screen. And you can hear that. And then I'm going to take another 30 of this transcript and we're going to break it down and we're going to bounce around each other accordingly to give you guys, I guess we can say the facts, if you will, because the transcript is exactly what was said, okay? Now, you got to understand with transcript reading, we are not lawyers, okay? We were not in a courtroom. It's some things that we were not privy to, but we just want to read exactly what it was said. We're not finna beat around the bush about anything. It ain't about this side, that side. It's about the facts. It's about the read, okay? And we're going to go from there. Okay, I just wanted to put that in there. Hey, Tina. Hello. Hey, Tears, my love bug. We got a special bond. Okay. All right, you guys. Sharad, I hope I say that right. Peace and blessings, everyone. Angela, hello. I'm just making sure that I click on everybody. Take R. Kelly. Give us Tupac. I can't. You know what? I just can't. Okay, but you know what? That's a good trade. That's a good trade. But that's sad that you willing to trade a deceased individual over the likes of Kelly. Wow. But anyways, let me continue, y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all at all. Hey, Missy. Hey, Latrice. Hey, Dorothy. Hey, Eve. Hey, Robert Kelly. Welcome. Uh-oh. Hey, Nene. Hey. Welcome. Okay, I can't do too much, Nene. I'm going to keep you up, though, because she's a new member, but I really want to finish shouting out everybody. Oh, okay, so it's not that many. Hey, Sabrina. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep Nene on the screen because she is a new member. Hello, you guys. Welcome her in. Okay, now, if you guys want to be a new member, let me go ahead and give you guys that link. I do sincerely apologize. Like I said, I am completely just all over the place, unfortunately. Okay, hold on. I was not trying to do that. Hold on. Oh, okay. It's in the description. it's in the description. If you guys want to join, hold on. Sorry, y'all. Because I have other people. Okay. All right. If you would like to become a member, here is the link. I'm putting it in the description box. There you guys go. Okay, so before we get into everything, because y'all know I always put this out here, you know, I don't know why people be getting so bothered. I am very long-winded, okay? In this case, I'm not going to be, and I'm going to try to not be all jokes and gags with this, because this is very important. And then, you know, people are trying to hear what they need to hear out of this, right? I'm going to try to read as enthusiastic as I can, because these can be boring, and I'm trying not to be dry to the reader. So I'm just gonna go faster. These house rules, if you guys can please respect this, so you guys are able to hear the transcript. Okay, please keep it cute or get the boot, meaning please be respectful of my platform. I don't mind if you're opposing side, that's fine, come on in. However, don't spam my chat, my comments with your free R. Kelly's, okay? He doesn't watch my channel, I promise you. And he probably is not reading it, okay? I guarantee you he's not. He's probably more focused on the trap, all right? So please be respectful of my channel. Don't come over here bashing me about my views and what I think and stuff like that. Like, keep that stuff to yourselves, or create your own channel, okay? We will have a segment where we call in just for a snippet. So I'm going to open that up for you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Share this video, okay? Share this video, all right? Now, if you guys would like to send any cash donations, please, because it's probably won't get monetized, because we're talking about the likes of R. Kelly. Not for nothing. Also, I have a live audience. You may hear stuff going on in the background. Mind your business, okay? Mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business, all right? Not for nothing, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into everything. All right. So I hope you guys have tissue, some wine, a shot, or something. Oh, my baby, you're gonna need it, okay? This is a lot, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Yeah, I feel it, baby. I already turned it. Yeah. Ooh, yes, baby. That feels good. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna make it bigger for everybody to be able to see. And forgive me if I'm not able to read your comments, because you know I'm gonna be focusing on reading. Okay. All right. What? Oh, you fine, baby. What is this on? Where is that part at? I need to find where I got pulled up. What am I? Oh, I'm tripping, y'all. Okay, it's right here. Let me close this one down. Yes. Okay. Like I said, I have my sister here, y'all. So hey, y'all. If y'all hear her in the background, you know, disregard. But let me get to my place. My place is 238. Oh, okay. This is the old. Hold on, y'all. Let me stop this. I got to get the right ones. Sorry, y'all. Email. Okay. 1 second, y'all. I had Geronda's up. Okay. All right. While I'm getting this, I want to share this with you guys, just so you guys can be not just sitting here. Hold on 1 second. Let me share this with you guys.
Trial of R. Kelly in New York enters its 7th day. The R&B star faces racketeering and other charges related to alleged illegal sexual activity with women and underage teenagers. Now, this week, a former girlfriend told the court that Kelly brainwashed her and others. We spoke to her back in 2019, and at the time, she did not consider herself a victim, and she defended R. Kelly. Now she says their relationship was abusive and is testifying anonymously as Jane. Jerika Duncan has been following the trial. Jerika, good morning to you.
Good morning, and not surprising to hear, right, that she changed her story because we heard that from the first witness as well. But in court, Jane described Kelly as controlling, saying he restricted her TV viewing and punished her if she acted outside of his rules. Because she is testifying anonymously as a victim, we have decided not to air the video of the interview she did with us for CBS this morning.
You guys don't know the truth. You guys facade that our parents are saying. This is all lies for money.
That is audio from the 2019 interview with CBS News. Are you happy? Where Jane now says she was not telling the truth. Kelly was at the interview, but Jane told jurors the disgraced singer would cough to let her know he was in the room. At the time of the interview, Jane described a healthy relationship with Kelly, whose first name is Robert. She also did not consider herself a victim.
I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I haven't figured out what I want to do with my life, but I know when that time comes, we know Rob is going to support us regardless.
Right. But now she says their relationship was abusive. She told the court she met and began having sex with him when she was in high school. And she testified that she was beaten during her 5-year relationship with Kelly. Similar allegations against the now 54-year-old go back many years, but gained worldwide attention after the 2019 documentary series Surviving R. Kelly. Either you're not getting food or you an underage
Hey,
girls.
Bishop.
Kelly has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Have you ever had sex with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never. No.
Kelly maintains he did nothing wrong. He told Gil King that in 2019, and he's obviously staying with that through his defense.
He absolutely has to. He's looking at mandatory minimum sentences that are huge amounts of time.
Priya Sapori is an attorney with several years of experience in crimes against children.
You heard from Jane, for example, establishing that, yes, they traveled across state lines. Yes, they were coerced and unable to leave. Yes, they were in fear of their lives. That is a tough place for defense counsel and for defendant to be.
Kelly faces 10 years to life in prison if convicted on all counts in this case. He also has criminal cases pending in Illinois and Minnesota. Again, he denies all allegations against him. And someone that people have been wondering if we're going to hear from is the other woman that interviewed Joycelyn Savage. Her parents have been in the courtroom, but it's unclear about where she is and sort of where she stands.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me to hear what Jane is now saying, because after that interview, her parents reached out and said that's not the daughter they raised. They said, too, at that time, she was abused and she was brainwashed. They said that back at the time, that their daughter was not telling the truth to me at the time. So it is interesting to hear her reverse her story, but I'm not so surprised. And also about the coughing. There was very loud coughing in the room, Jerika.
Coughing.
But I didn't know R. Kelly was in the room. I was told he had left, so he was around the corner.
But he was there the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know what he sounds like when he coughs, but there was a very loud coughing. And to be honest with you, I thought it was a crew person. Like, why are they doing that? Yeah, because it was around the corner. I did not know that was him. Clearly, they would know what that sounded like, but I did not know he was still in the room when we were talking to the young one.
Jerika, thank you.
That's interesting.
All right, you guys. So I wanted you guys to hear that before we proceeded with everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the transcript, what everybody is here for, okay? Now, I already saw in the chat, people are teary-eyed. Oh, baby, you ain't heard nothing yet, okay? So you guys just stay encouraged and keep AZRIEL in your prayers. I just want to put this out here in lieu of everything that went on today. We need to keep focused, okay? We need to keep focused, all right? And at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel about what was supposedly said about the parents doing or not, that's the reason why I wanted you guys to hear that clip. This is the same young girl that set up on Gayle King and lied, but in coercing or being coerced, shall I say. Okay. And then she came back out and told the truth. Okay. What you guys ought to understand, what I was trying to portray to you guys by way of Mr. Clary, is that it was certain details that you guys weren't privy to while in the courtroom. Okay. You got to understand this is triggering for these victims. Okay. If I had to face my victim, regardless of how old I am, to hear probably other stories and stuff like that, it would be triggering. So while y'all trying to run with snippets of information, get the whole story and go with that. The fact of the matter is that if any parents were involved, they would have been subpoenaed by now. Okay, that's on period. Anything that AZRIEL says across the across in the courtroom, she's going to have to prove, be it defense or prosecution. Okay, it's not over, you guys. It's not over for them. It's not over for him. Evidence has not been presented. We are still in the beginning stages of this trial. So I really wish everybody would stop putting out false information. Okay, that's the reason why I wanted to back up some of the things that I'll be telling you guys with me reading the transcript. Okay, all right. So we're going to enter into this transcript. I ask you guys stay along on this journey, and let's go ahead and get into this read. Any questions, concerns, or comments, put them in the chat. When this is over, I will address them. Okay. All right, you guys. As I stated, please be aware that I do have background audience that are tuning in and listening in, which is my sister. Hey, y'all. And so you may hear her periodically, but I'm going to try to I'm going to lessen all the distractions that I can. Okay. So I pray you guys can see that legibly. I'm probably going to keep it, but I'm going to keep it up as much as I can. But if it gets too hard for me to read like this, I'm going to remove it and I'm just going to read it straight on to you guys. But I'm going to try to keep it up so you guys can read it. Okay. I ask that you guys please do not share this. And if you do, give me credit for it. Hold on, y'all. I got to get my charger. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Baby, I was about to go ghost on y'all for a second. Okay, but y'all do see the beginning part of the transcript. Sorry, y'all. This old goofy show. All right. Okay. So as I told you guys, if you guys want to hear the other portions of it, you can. If you would like to get a copy of it yourself, you send me a little love offering, and I may. So if you can't see it, don't worry. I'm gonna read it to you. Okay. So it continues. Gain direct. Okay. Let me go back a little bit so you guys won't be seeing like what the hell. Okay. So this is where my brother actually he left off on this page. Yeah. Okay, Jane. Direct. Generally speaking, what are those? What is it? And AZRIEL states, it is a text conversation between me and his assistant Cheryl. And what is the date of the text communication? May the 20th, 2015. And what are you and Cheryl discussing in those text messages? She answers that he had wanted me to get to San Diego. Defense says, you know what, y'all, let me just read. I'm not going to tell y'all what y'all can see, like, for real, because it'd be too much for me to be saying defense. And just listen, okay? I'm going to try to change my voices up so y'all know when AZRIEL is talking and then when a lawyer is talking, okay? he had wanted me to get to San Diego. And by he, who are you referring to? She responds, the defendant. Miss Giddis, the government offers 233T. Y'all, these are evidence. This is evidence or whatever. Mr. Koenig, no objection. The court, that's in evidence. Government's Exhibit 233 was received in evidence. By Miss Giddis. Can you just read for the jury that top text message? She goes on to say, Mr. Kelly said to get me to San Diego tomorrow morning. And who wrote that text message? She responds, I sent the text message. Yes, to Cheryl Mack? I did, yes, she says. Did Cheryl Mack then arrange travel for you to San Diego? She says, yes. What, if any, sexual contact did you have with the defendant during that trip to California? She responds, we had vaginal penetration. So goes on to say, during that trip in California, what, if any, contraception did the defendant use? She states, none. Okay, so you exposed her. All right, goes on to say, and prior to you having sexual contact with the defendant, what, if any, did he tell you about any sexually transmitted diseases that he had? She responds, he never expressed anything of that nature. Says, you testified earlier that you were finishing or you were in your junior year of high. Oh, you gonna just keep going. You didn't. Okay. He jumped back. You testified earlier that you were finishing or you were in your junior year of high school when you took those trips. Yes. Oh, so she was in high school. Oh, okay. When the school year ended, what, if anything, did you do for that summer? She responds, I was in Chicago with the defendant. Okay. And at the time, where was the defendant living? She answers, in Chicago. Now, you testified earlier about a telephone number that you got for the defendant on April 18th, 2015. Was that the only telephone of his that you communicated with? She responds, no. He had multiple phone numbers. So, do you recall the other telephone numbers that the defendant had? She goes on to say, I do not know them by heart, no. Do you know how many other telephones the defendant had? She states, yes, he had 4 numbers. And initially he said that I would receive all of them when I earned his trust. Did you eventually receive those telephone numbers? I did, yes. You said that you were with the defendant in Chicago. Where would you stay in Chicago that summer? In 2015, I would stay in hotels and I would stay at the studio on Ohio Street. Do you remember which hotels you stayed in? She responds, I stayed in, majority of them were downtown, the Intercontinental, the W in downtown Chicago. She responds, yes. You also mentioned that you stayed at the studio. What type of studio was that? She responds, it was a business. And in the studio, he had one room that had a master bedroom in it. And where was the studio located? She responds, it was located in a business office on the top floor. Do you recall the street that it was on? You may have already said. She responds, Ohio Street. And was that in downtown Chicago? She responded, it was, yes. Was there a bathroom inside the defendant's studio on Ohio Street? She states, there was not. If you wanted to use a bathroom, where would you go? She states, I would have to get in touch with him before I could go to one that was for the public. And where was that located? She states, it was outside of his studio on the 6th floor. God damn. Now, was the defendant's studio also on the 6th floor? She answered, it was, yes. Oh, okay. Miss Giddis, I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as 505C and 505B, as in boy, by Miss Giddis. Question, do you recognize 505C? She answered, yes, I do. What is that? This is the business office in which he had a studio in one of the business suites. And I am showing you what's been marked for identification as 505B, as in boy. Do you recognize that? She responds, yes, that is the main entrance. Miss Gideon, the government offers 505B and C. Mr. Koenig, no objection. The court, that's in evidence. Government's exhibits 505B and 505C were received in evidence by Ms. Giddis. Question, and I am showing 505C exhibit published. Do you recall, you said that the defendant was on the 6th floor. Which floor is that in the building? She responds, so just on the 6th floor, when you go upstairs, his unit was to the right. It was the first right that you make. And was that the top floor? She responds, yes, it was. Now, when you started spending time in the studio on Ohio Street, what, if any, rules did you learn that the defendant want you to follow while you were in the studio? She responds, I could not leave a room without calling him or an assistant and asking. And how did you learn that rule? She responds, he had told me not to leave the room without calling him or getting in touch with his assistant. Question, and I asked you earlier about where the bathroom was located. She responds, yes. Question, were you always able to get in touch with the defendant when you needed to use the bathroom? She responds, no. Question, what would you do if you weren't able to get in contact with the defendant? She responds, I had to urinate in a cup. God damn. Okay. Where were the cups? They would get cups like extra large cups from the gas station. And in the master bedroom, there was tissue paper and baby wipes. So that was preparation. Ah, damn. Question. Now, other than in Chicago, where did you regularly see the defendant during those summer months after your junior year? Answer. Can you repeat the question? Question. Yes. During the summer after your junior year, you testified that you would see the defendant in Chicago. She responded, uh-huh. Were there any other cities where you regularly saw the defendant that summer? She responded, Atlanta. And where in Atlanta would you see the defendant? She responded, I would see him in hotels, and he had expressed to me that he had a home in Atlanta, Georgia. Question, did you go to that home in Atlanta, Georgia? She answers, I did, yes. Miss Gideon, I am showing the witness what been marked for identification as government exhibit 506. She had to pee in the corner if she couldn't get in contact with him in a cup. Question, do you recognize 506? She answers, yes, I do. What is that? This is the big house in Atlanta. And when you say the big house, what are you referring to? She answered, that's just what the defendant called it. Question, is that the defendant's home that you just mentioned? She answered, yes, it is. Ms. Gideon, the government offers 506. Mr. Koenig, no objection. The court, that's in evidence. Government exhibit 506, so marked. Question, and I'm now showing you 504. Miss Gideon, may we publish 506? I'm sorry, I did it too quickly. The court, yes, Miss Gideon. And I'm now showing what's been marked for identification as 504. Question, do you recognize government exhibit 504? She responds, yes, I do. Question, what is that? This is the guest house. And what is the guest house? She answers, at the time, this is where the other women whom he were, I think she meant was, whom he were in a relationship with lived. Question. All right. Where is the guest house located? What city? Answer. It's also in Atlanta, Georgia. It's about 15 minutes from the big house. Question. And have you been to the guest house? She answered, I have, yes. Miss Gideon, the government offers 504. The court, any objection? Mr. Cannon, none. The court, that's in evidence, you can publish. Government exhibit 504, so marked. Question. Now, when you visited the defendant in Atlanta over the summer in 2015, where do you remember staying? She answers, I would stay at hotels. I would stay at the big house and I would stay at the guest house. Question. All right. And are those the big house and the guest house are the two houses that were just shown? She answers, yes. Question. Initially, when the defendant was on tour and you were traveling with him, how would you travel? She states, by flight. Question. And would you attend each of the defendant's concerts that you were present for? She answered, I would, yes. Question. Over the summer of 2015, did you continue to have sexual contact with the defendant? She states, I did, yes. I want to cut right here because, oh my gosh, prosecution, if I'm not mistaken, is good. What they've just revealed that nobody's talking about, AZRIEL's birthday is in December, okay? She was 17 when she met him. She met him back in April of this year. She was 17. Then he also traveled out of state. Oh, okay. Let me continue. See, we talking about this frivolous, deflective crap. It don't matter how she got there. It matters what happened after the fact. Okay? Let me continue. Where did you have sexual contact with him? In what different location? See, that's the. She answers, we will be intimate on the Sprinter, at the big house, the guest house, in hotels, wherever he wanted to. Question. And when you said Sprinter, what are you referring to? She answered, the Sprinter van. And when were you and the defendant on the Sprinter van together? She answered, every day. It was our form of transportation. Question. And when did the defendant, wait. And you also mentioned the big house and the guest house. Were those the two locations in Atlanta? She responds, yes. Okay. How about when you were in Chicago? Where, if anywhere, would you have sexual contact with the defendant in Chicago? She responds, at hotels and at the studio. The studio that you previously identified on Ohio Street? She says, yes. How often would you have sexual contact with the defendant during the summer of 2015? We had sex almost every day. And during the course of your time with the defendant, what, if anything, did you ever notice that the defendant was doing while you were engaged in sexual contact with him? She answered, he would basically control exactly every single time we were intimate. Okay. And what do you mean by that? He would control it. Meaning that he would say everything specifically, and I would have to follow exactly what he said. Can you give an example of that? An example would be if he told me to walk or crawl back and forth, and that is what I would have to do until he gave me the next notion. And I'm just saying, and sorry to cut into this, that's exactly what happened on that sex tape years ago. With that first girl, he pissed on me. She pissed. Roll your body. She rolled. It was just disgusting. Freak of nature. That's what got him caught up. Anyways, okay. Continue. Question: when, if ever, did the defendant make recordings of you? Ooh, my God. Mr. Kennick, objection. Okay. The court overruled. Okay. Answer: almost immediately after meeting him. And by making recordings of you, what was he recording you doing? She answered, he will record us intimately. Ugh, you record your rape? Question: and by intimately, what are you referring to? She answers, every time we had sex, he would record it. What did he use to record that? He used the iPads that he had. And where did the defendant, did you see where the defendant kept these iPads? He would keep them in the backpack. And if you guys listen to Diva Divine's breaking down of this, and I want to say Divine, or it could have been Admins, when she met Kelly, and this is just to give you guys some reference, when she met Kelly in the room, he had a backpack on him at that time. Yeah. Let me go on. Question: how do you know? How did you learn that the defendant was making recordings of you? She answered, when we would be intimate, he would just remove an iPad from his backpack and he would prop it on something. And the camera would be facing us so that he could see everything. And that is usually how every sexual encounter went with him. And were you able to see at times what was being recorded? She answered, every time. I could see what was being recorded. Question: and by the way, you mentioned that the defendant used iPads to record you. Were those Apple iPads? She responded, yes, they are. And do you recall the first time that you noticed the defendant recording you engaged in sexual contact with them? Yes. When do you recall that happening? It was when I was 17 years old. Child pornography. My God. 17 years old. Child pornography. Whew. Okay. All right. Let's continue this. Question: and what specifically do you recall the defendant recording? What were you doing that the defendant recorded? She answers, I recall that he had made me crawl back and forth, and then he had began to give him oral head. Okay, I think it's, and then I think they meant these court reporters be typing real fast. Let me read that back. I recall that he had made me crawl back and forth, and then he had began to give him oral head, and then after that, we had vaginal penetration. Okay. Question. And when you say oral head, what specifically do you mean? I had gave him head. No, I'm sorry. I had gave him oral sex. Girl, you see these thug names, head. Question. And what's that with your mouth or his penis? What? Wow. She responds, yes, it was. And did you say that was one of the things you saw the defendant recording? She responds, yes, it was. With his Apple iPad? Yes, it was. Y'all, the reason why they're asking about it being Apple and stuff, because they have clouds, baby. So, and no matter deleting or any of that, if it's on the Apple, once it's there, it's there. I just want to let you guys, if it's up, it's stuck. I just want to let you guys know that that's the reason why they're asking, that. Goes on to say, yes. How old were you? I was 17 years old. When you had sexual contact with the defendant, did he ejaculate? Yes, he would. Where would he ejaculate? Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. He would ejaculate on my face, on my chest, on my butt, and eventually he began ejaculating inside of me at 17. Oh, Jesus. My God. Hey, y'all get this. When he ejaculated on your face, what would he do? No, what would you do? What would you do? Sorry, y'all. I would usually wash it off. However, there were times where he would make me leave it on my face. Mind you, he got herpes. The doctor revealed he be burning. Oh, God. He had chlamydia, syphilis. He having her suck his penis, ejaculating on her face. She could have been blind from all this stuff if it got in her eyes. Ooh. I'm disgusted, but I told you guys about this. Here is the proof right here of what I was talking about, y'all. Oh, my God. Wow. I know that's right, Vera. I don't even let my man ejaculate on my face. I mean, just period poop. Whew. Question. What, if anything, do you remember about a time when he had you leave, not allow you, or you didn't wash your face immediately? Oh, God. Come on, man. She answers. There was objection, Mr. Koenig says. The court overruled. She continues. There was a time where he did ejaculate on my face, and he told me not to wash it off and to let it harden. And I do recall him having his wardrobe stylist come in and have an entire conversation with her while I had his hardened semen on my face. And I recall them laughing, and I felt very much humiliated. And I got up and I went to the washroom and washed it off my face. Question. Do you know his stylist's name? Cash Howard. Come on, Cash, you wench. You fine. Boom, y'all. Whew. Okay, let's continue. She answers, yes, it is. Miss Giddis, the government offers 86. Mr. Koenig, no objection. The court, it's in evidence. You can publish it. Government Exhibit 86, so marked. Question. Now, you testified earlier about times where the defendant recorded you engaged in sexual contact. Where would these recordings take place? She answered, they would take place anywhere that he wanted to have sex. So if we were in the Sprinter, if we were in a hotel room, if we were in Atlanta or Chicago in the studio, wherever we were. Question. And did the defendant record you engaged in sexual contact using his iPad in Chicago? She answered, yes, he did. While you were 17? Yes, he did. And how about in Atlanta? Yes, he did. While you were 17? Yes, he did. Question. Did you ever see what was on the recordings that the defendant made? She answers, I had only seen what he would show me, or what he would, when he would prop the camera up when I could see us. Question. What, if anything, do you recall about when the defendant would show you recordings that had been made of you? She answers, he would only allow me to see about 5 to 10 seconds if he was playing it back, and it was of me and him, and he would boast or compliment how good we looked.
My God. Sicko.
Can you do me a favor? 30, I need to, let me see. Hold on, y'all. So let me see. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so 866. So I gotta stop at page 866, y'all. Do you recall how old you were when the recordings were made that the defendant showed you and boast about? She answers, yes, I was 17 years old. Question. During the summer of 2015, did there come a time when you traveled to Connecticut? Oh, that's out. It's traveling again. Okay. She answers, yes, there was. Question. Why did you go to Connecticut? She answers, I believe he had a couple shows that he had missed and had to make up for. Question. Where were the shows? What type of venue? She answers, I believe they were casinos, areas and stadiums and festivals. Question. Okay. And I'm sorry, you said a casino. What do you mean by that? She answers, well, like previously, the show in Las Vegas, that was at a casino. Okay. Do you recall the specific venue for the show in Connecticut that you went to in the summer of 2015? She responds, I do. Okay. And do you recall whether or not you had sexual contact with the defendant when you traveled with him to Connecticut in summer of 2015? She responds, we were intimate. By intimate, what do you mean? We had vaginal penetration. Did you ever contract a sexual transmitted disease? She responds, I did. How old were you when that happened? She responds, I was 17. Wow. What, if any, symptoms did you first notice? She answers, every single time we would have vaginal penetration, I would have discomfort in my pelvis and my lower abdomen. And I had expressed it to him. To the defendant? Yes, I did. How did he respond? Well, initially, he would joke and say that it was just because he was too big, size-wise. And then he would try and comfort me, and he would give me warm washcloths to place on my stomach, and he would try to massage my stomach. Did your symptoms subside? They did not. What did you do? She answers, they got worse, actually. And I got to the point where I couldn't physically even walk. God damn. What did you do? I had to make a doctor's appointment, which he had juice booked. You mentioned juice. Are you referring to the woman you met in Las Vegas? She says yes. And when you said he had juice booked, who were you referring to, the he in the sentence, the defendant? Did you then meet with that doctor? I did, yes. What, if anything, did the doctor diagnose you with? She said that I had contracted an STD, herpes. Did she tell you what type of herpes you had? Vaginal herpes. What, if any, medications did she prescribe for you? She responds, she had given me a few prescriptions, actually. And I had told her that I wanted the most expensive one to alleviate the pain as quick as possible. Did you get those prescriptions filled? Yes. Well, Juice was with me. Where did you go? We went to Walgreens. In downtown? Where? In downtown Chicago. And I'm sorry, where was the doctor located? Downtown Chicago. How did you feel once you learned that you had contracted herpes? I was devastated. What, if any, conversations did you have with the defendant after you learned that you had contracted herpes? She responds, I had told him, and he was agitated and said that I could have gotten that from anyone. Wow. What did you say? I told him that I had only been intimate with him. What, if anything, did the defendant then say about whether he had previously been diagnosed with a STD or sexually transmitted disease? He never did. Mr. Kent, I'm sorry, I didn't hear. The witness, he never did. Mr. Kennick, thank you. Question, you said you felt devastated. Can you explain why you felt devastated? She responds, I felt that this man had purposely given me something that he knew he had, a situation that he could have controlled. Did the medication make your symptoms subside? It did. After you initially received medication, what, if any, further symptoms of that STD did you feel? Well, in the future, anytime I had an outbreak, I would only get prescriptions from him and his doctor. Did you, in fact, have additional outbreaks? I did, yes, very seldom. You said that you would get prescriptions from him. Who are you referring to? The defendant. Do you recall what you were given? They were the same blue pills that the female doctor had initially given. Hold on, you guys. Sorry, y'all. Okay, let's get back to it. We almost at the stretch, okay? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, y'all. I had to give me something to drink. This is a lot. Am I reading okay, you guys? Am I reading okay? Are you guys okay? Am I reading okay? Okay. Y'all let me know if I'm doing okay. Sorry, I had to get something to drink. I'm so sorry. This is a lot of reading. Okay, let's get back to it. I'm trying to be theatrical with it so you guys can be not entertained, but to listen and get the, the velocity of everything. Okay, let's get back into it. But if y'all were inquiring, the blue pill is Valtrex. It's herpes medicine. Okay. All right, let's get back into it. Okay. She's question. You said that you seldomly had outbreaks. Yes. In the beginning, how often did you have outbreaks? She responds, in the beginning, the very first outbreak that I ever had was very intense. And every single time we tried to be intimate after that, objection, not responsive, overruled, the court says. Dang, Daniel. He's still trying to have sex with her while she's having an outbreak? Oh, God. Let me read that again. In the beginning, the very first outbreak that I ever had was very intense. And every single time we tried to be intimate after that, objection, not responsive. The court overruled. Every time we tried to be intimate after that, I would continuously get an outbreak from him. And he had expressed to me, he said, I think your pussy is broken. Oh, nigga, you broke it? Nasty ass. And after that, did you continue to have outbreaks as well? She answered, I had to give it time to be able to be intimate with him. But after about a month, everything had gone away. Question. And did you have outbreaks? And did you have outbreaks though after the initial time? She responds, yes, I did. Question. You testified earlier about a few rules that the defendant told you during the first trip to California. Do you remember that testimony? She responds, yes, I do. Uh-oh, sorry. Yeah. Once you had spent a couple of months with the defendant, did you become aware of additional rules set by the defendant? She responds, yes, I did. How did you become aware of those other rules? He had expressed them to me, and other people around him had expressed them to me. Like who? His assistant? People like Juice? What were some of the rules that you learned about? My wardrobe. I basically was only in sweats or oversized clothing. I couldn't leave my hotel room without getting in touch with him or asking an assistant. And how, if at all, did the defendant want you to respond when you entered a room? He wanted me to call him daddy and immediately give him a kiss. What, if anything, did the defendant tell you about your communications with your friends once you were spending time with the defendant? He was not a big fan of it at all. And he didn't necessarily want me talking to them about him or us. Back when you were 17 years old and spending time with the defendant, did you have social media back then? I did. What types of social media did you have when you were 17 years old? I had social media on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. What is Snapchat? Snapchat is a picture and chat app where you can accept your friends and family, and you can send them pictures and text messages that deletes after it is open forever. And do you remember, without saying it, do you remember your username for your Snapchat account? Yes, I do. Miss Gideus. I'm showing the witness only what's been marked for identification as Government Exhibit 949. Do you recognize Government Exhibit 949? Yes, I do. What is that? It is my Snapchat handle, Miss Gideus. And can we publish this only to the jury, please? Actually, I'm sorry. The government offers 949. Miss Kennett, no objections. The court, okay. That's published only to the jury. Miss Gideus, yes, please. Government Exhibit 949, so marked. What, if anything, did the defendant tell you about your use of social media at the age of 17? How once I had moved to Chicago, he had told me to delete all my social media. What, if any, explanation did he provide to you? He just said that he didn't want me having social media. Miss Gideus, I'm showing the witness only what's been marked for identification as Government Exhibit 325. Do you recognize what's shown in Government Exhibit 325? Yes, I do. Generally speaking, what is it? This is basically something that I had been writing since I was 17 years old, and it basically expressed how I need to act, think, and be when around the defendant. Oh, this one I cried. Question. And what made you think that you had to act, think, and be around the defendant in the way that is reflected in 325? You need me, baby? Sorry, y'all. She answers, well, these are all things that he would say to me, and I would write them down to remember. Miss Gideus, the government offers Government Exhibit 325. Mr. Kennett, no objection. The court, all right, that's in evidence. Government Exhibit 325, so mark. Miss Gideus, may we publish? The court, yes. Can you read what's shown in 325 that you wrote, that you were just referring to? Yes. All right, you guys, this is what it says. It says, do not be goofy, extra, or act young when told something in private or around others. Do not play games when on phone with daddy. Just say I love you before I hang up. Continue to do what I always do around other when I am alone with daddy. Example, bless you, dad. Dad, nigga, you Hey, my motherfucking daddy. You not my daddy, bro. Sorry, y'all. Bless you, dad. If he blushes. I think she meant if bless you if he sneezes. Trust daddy and do whatever he says, with no rebuttal, disrespect, or rebellion. Remember how I acted in the beginning. bubbly, and like a child, like a goddamn child. Because you was. Ooh, that nigga need to be up under the jail. Bump that, y'all. I'm sorry. No shade, no tea. And we almost gonna be at the end of this. I got a few more pages, but bump how she got there. Like, y'all stop being distracted by this bull. Do y'all hear this? Sorry, let me get back on track. Bubbly and like a child, pure and with no negative intentions. And remember to stay true to who I am, humble, happy, innocent, and beautiful to Daddy, reminding him of his mother and child.
Oh my God. No, Jesus.
Tell Daddy everything so he will not have to wonder and figure out what is going on with me. When it says Daddy in this note, who are you referring to? The defendant, Miss Gideus. I'm showing the witness only what's been marked for identification as government exhibit 331. Do you know in 331? I do, yes. What is that? This is one of many notes that I would write that the defendant would tell me so that I could remember these things. Miss Gideus, the government offers 331. Mr. Koenig, no objections. Mind you, you guys, know that during discovery, all these things are presented to the opposite side. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Anything AZRIEL, Joronda, anybody says across the stand, the defense, the prosecution are aware of. If parents did something out of order, they will be subpoenaed, okay? Anything that's being said, it's going to have to be proven. These exhibits are proof, it's evidence, okay? We ain't even got in the gust of everything when it comes to videos and audios and stuff like that. She's mentioning this stuff because it's going to be reflected. Just want to put that out there. Mr. Koenig, no objection. The court, that's an evidence. Government exhibit 331, so marked. Ms. Gideus, may we publish? The court, yes. Can you read what's shown in 331? It says, remember to say, I will not lie or mess up at all today. Find a positive quote to say to Daddy every day. If I lie, own up. Say I'm sorry and take it back right away. Do not contemplate. Be strong and be honest. Do not be angry, prideful, selfish, or rebellious. Say, question number 1, yes. Say one thing I am thankful for every day to get rid of negative thinking. Tell Daddy one thing that I appreciate about him and continue to lift him up. Stop defending myself. Anything Daddy says is to help me. Thank him and be happy and fix the problem. Write every day, even if it's a simple sentence or just to write a thought down. Question. Now, you testified earlier that when you met the defendant, you told him that you were 18 when you were in fact 17. Yes. Did there come a time when you told the defendant your true age? Yes. There did come a time. How old were you when you told the defendant your true age? I was still 17. What, if anything, prompted you to tell him? Summer ended and I had to go back to school for my senior year in high school. In what city were you when you told the defendant? I was in Chicago. Do you remember where in Chicago you were where in Chicago you were when you told the defendant your true age? Yes, we were in Lincoln Park. Who was there? The defendant and Juice were present, and of course the driver. You said were you in Lincoln Park? Yes. Is that in downtown Chicago? Yes. What happened? I remember he had his old school car at the time, and we had got A1's beef, and we sat and ate hot dogs in the park. And I had to let him know that I was 17 and I was very scared. And when I told him, he slapped me in my face with an open palm, and then he walked away. And at the time, what, if anything, did you have with you? I believe I just had my phone. What did you do? I then walked away because he had walked away and he had never hit me ever before. And what happened? He then came back to the park to try and find me for a few hours, and I would see the sprinter circling, and I was trying to avoid him. However, it was getting really late, and I was still in a city that was not my own. Did you eventually meet up with the defendant? I did. He eventually saw me and called me to come with him and get back in the sprinter, and so I did. Who, if anyone, was in the sprinter when you got back on? Juice was on the sprinter. And what happened when you got back on the sprinter? He gave me a kiss. He didn't send her home. He didn't say, I'm going to find you an Uber. I'm going to book you a flight. He gave me a kiss. And he said that he will figure this out. And him and Juice laughed. And he had expressed, he had made a comment saying that he thought that I was going to tell him something 10 times worse. You nigga, because you done this before. Okay. What did you do then? He said that I had needed to get on a flight immediately back to Florida, and that he would speak with his attorneys to figure out everything. Yeah, because the rumor is that he sent her back home and, left her there. But no, he sent you back home because he needed to. You had to finish school for one, and then he had to figure out how he's gonna finagle you back and cross all these T's and these I's. Anyways, not my opinion. This is me reading transcript. But I'm just saying. Okay, let's continue. How long did you stay in Florida? Not long, probably about a week. And what did you do when you were in Florida? He had told me exactly what to do and exactly what his attorneys had said, which was that I would need to be homeschooled and living with him in Chicago. And what, if anything, did you do after he told you that? Both he and I convinced. But the word is that they just plotted and they just sold their daughter and they just handed her over freely.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Which we all know was lies.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let me read that again. Both he and I convinced my parents to allow me to be homeschooled and be in Chicago so that I could learn more musically.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
But on the interview with Gail King, you didn't want to sing it out.
And when you say both he and I convinced your parents, what, if any, conversations did the defendant have with your family? He had told them that objection.
Uh-oh.
Was it in your presence? Witness, pardon me? The court, were you there when he told them? Oh, see, yeah, she can't. That's secondhand. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, right, Indigo, convinced. Oh, but let the world say it. Oh, they sold their daughters. They pimped her off. No. She was doing what a kid do along with this manipulative bastard and was and went to them. Oh, yes, he's going to homeschool me. Mom, this is going to be great. You know how kids do, because baby, I did. I finessed my mama and got 16 and pregnant because I was telling her I was going to a daggone sleepover and I was sleeping over. Okay. Anyways, mods, y'all take care of the room because I can't. Okay, people can silly, get rid of them. I ain't got time. But yeah, the facts are coming out now.
Yeah, that's when the devil rears his head. When the facts come. Hey, Lord.
Oh. Court. Were you there when he told them whatever it is he told them? The witness. At a later date, yes, I was. The court, okay. You can only talk about conversations that you were actually heard him say things. All right. The witness. Okay. The court. It's loud.
It sure is.
No, it's loud. The court. So the objection to that is sustained. The witness. Okay. Were you able to were your parents convinced that you could move to Chicago? Mr. Koenig, objection. Yes, they were. The court. Overruled. The witness. Sorry. The court. That's all right. Overruled. What, if anything, did you do to prepare for moving to Chicago? I had packed a few suitcases, and my mom had given the defendant a long list of the things that I would need for school. And they took the steps to get me enrolled into homeschooling. Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, somebody. Oh, but let it be known that they just sold her off and they just let them just do whatever. They were in preparation. They was along with the process. They helped the suitcase. He sent the list. They
think that man gonna take care of their child.
Yes, they were. See, I love transcripts. Yeah. This is why I love them. This is why I love them. Yeah. Let's go. We almost finished, y'all. And do you recall the name of the school where you are homeschooled? She answered, it was still for my county, which was Orange County. It was Florida, virtually online. And you are using the term homeschool. Yes. But how would you communicate with your teachers during homeschooling? Via a laptop that the defendant had to purchase. Were you in the presence of any of your teachers? Not physically, no, but virtually, yes. What, if anything, did Miss Guinness? Actually, I'm going to show the witness only what's marked for identification as government exhibit 475A. Do you recognize what's shown in 475? Yes, I do. 475A, I'm sorry. What is shown in 475A? This is a letter that he had told me that his attorneys had needed. Mr. Koenig, objection. The court overruled. And it's basically saying that I will be, don't read it into evidence. The witness, sorry. The court, that's all right. It's just a letter from my mother giving consent for you to do what? For me to be in Chicago under a woman. Woo! This is good. It's just a letter from my mother giving consent for you to do what? For me to be in Chicago under a woman that he had known. So they didn't sell you off to direct. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. For me to be in Chicago under a woman that he had known. And you used he a couple of times in that sentence. Who is the he that you're referring to? The defendant. And what was the date that this letter was prepared? September 19th, 2015. And how old were you then? I was still 17. It is. The government offers 475A. Any objection? No. All right. That's in evidence. Last page I'll be reading, you guys, and then I'm going to get in the comments and we're going to answer some questions, okay? Government Exhibit 475A, so marked. And I'd like to publish only to the jury and without reading the names, either yours or anyone else's. Can you please read what is shown in 475A? It says, we, the parents of me, give consent for me to stay with question. Another person? Yes, until 12/30/2015, December 30, 2015. At that time, she will be under her care. Who, if anyone, signed that letter? My mother. And what happened on December 30th of 2015? It was my birthday. How old were you turning that day? 18. Miss Gideon, I'm now showing the witness only what's been marked for identification as Government Exhibit 476A. Do you recognize what's shown in Government Exhibit 476A? Yes, I do. What is that? This is a proper formal letter of what the previous letter was. The one that you just read in 475A. Yes. What were you presented for any of this letter when it was made? Yes, I was. It had to be notarized. And where was it notarized? The Orange County clerk in Florida? Yes. And were you present for that? Yes, I was. Miss Gideon, the government offers 475-6A. The court, any objection? Mr. Kenneth, no objection. The court, all right. That's in evidence. Government Exhibit 476A, so marked. Miss Gideon, and may I just publish it to the jury briefly? The court, yes. Now, in both 475A and 476A, there's an individual listed as who would be caring for you. Is that correct? Yes. Here we go. Do you know that individual's daughter? Yes, I do. Who was that individual's daughter? Juice. All right. That's where I stop reading it for now. Okay. We are done. We are done. We are done. And it will continue. We will let you guys know where we continue off from there. Okay. Now I'm about to get into this chat. I see that we need some mods in the building. Don't worry. Let's go ahead and get some mods going on. And if you guys have any questions, concerns in our comments about what we were talking about, go ahead and put it in the chat. Like I said, I was not there. I'm not a lawyer. All this stuff is alleged. All this stuff is my opinion. Okay. So I'm finna get some mods. I'm finna get some mods in here. And I'm going to get people that I know that have been in rotation. And mods, please don't block anybody for stating their opinions. If it's respectfully, I don't care. Like, y'all, please. I know this is a sensitive topic for everybody, but please, don't block nobody. I don't care what nobody got to say. But if you get disrespectful, you will get blocked. Okay. But I am making more people mods. Okay. All right, you guys. So that is the stopping of the reading of everything. Let's go ahead and get into a conversation, you guys. I'm going to. This screen is. I don't know what happened to my screen. Okay. Oh, there we go. We're gonna get into a discussion. Okay. Let's keep it respectful. I'm going to place. Thank you. I'm going to place. Oh no, baby, I'm not on. Oh yes, Princess. I gotta make you a mod. Okay, here y'all go. You guys are more than welcome to come on. Yes, House of Princess, she in here. Yay. Okay, I gotta make you a mod, Princess, real quick because regulators. Mount up. All right, you guys. Let's get talking. Hey everybody! I hope I was reading okay. Before we get into everything, please let me know how I was doing. Okay. Huh? I know I was mispronouncing stuff. Y'all know what I mean, dog. You know what I mean. The trial is only 4. Okay, let me. I'm gonna put some of y'all comments on here. The trial is only 4 to 5 weeks. I'll wait for the verdict. I'm only sorry it's not showing live on my television. Yes. So that's why I be trying to tell you guys why y'all sit up here and getting all amped up and he free. Oh, she doing this. Oh, baby, the trial has just begun. Right. Okay. Ain't nobody winning, ain't nobody losing. It's barely been a week, y'all. It just started last week. Like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? But we are in the process of getting all the transcripts, okay? Ain't no more hearsay, ain't no more media, because I'm gonna put that out there. The media is going to put what they want to put out. Let's be honest. Court TV has only been putting the prosecution side out, okay? But what's fair is fair. You know what I'm saying? And what we're here for, if at the end of the day, is for the truth for the alleged victims, for one, and for a man who is, if found guilty, to be held accountable. That's period. Any of this other frivolous stuff that y'all dealing with is irrelevant to the case. Y'all worrying about parents that clearly have not been subpoenaed, okay? Y'all might be hurt. Shame on them. Y'all clearly hear how the whole situation went out of AZRIEL's mouth herself, okay? Regardless, if she flipped and switched stuff up when defense come, of course, that's what they're supposed to do. That's their job. But at the end of the day, it's not even about AZRIEL. It's not about Joronda. This is about R. Kelly and him sticking his ping in them at young ages. Allegedly. Okay. So at the end of the day, all the unnecessary stuff we don't need to worry about. We don't need to worry about how, and see, y'all are feeding it to the media too. But if you listen in the courthouse, when they ask how did she get with him, when they ask like how the arrangements, did you hear any objections? Did you say shame on them parents? No, you didn't hear none of that. Why? Because at the end of the day, that don't even matter. It don't matter how a person gets in the situation they get in. It matters what is done after the fact. Okay, now I told you I don't be coming here with no free R. Kelly. He can't see that, baby. So you wasting your time coming on my channel, okay? If anybody says a free R. Kelly, turn your behind. I'm not tripping about you doing it, but you're not even saying anything. You don't have to agree, but like say something. They trolling. Oh. Don't troll. I got real people who are actually putting stuff down in here that don't agree, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Let me get into it. Yeah. Okay. Trolls gotta roll. And I put in the chat, you guys, where you guys can call in. Okay. I'm finna pin it. Okay. I'm going to be here in a few minutes. After that, I'm finna turn up and chill with my husband and my sister. Yes. Like I said, I got a life outside of this. Okay. So that's why I truly Keep up the great work. You had me rethink my argument.
And then I'm gonna put my dog.
Hey, look at you. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, Nosy, hold up. Hey, Nosy. Yes, girl. Nosy, big time. Hey, girl. Hey, Nosy. Oh gosh, I had 100 and almost 200 people in here. Y'all, that's big for my little bitty butt. Okay, let me get into these comments. Hey, Nosy. Okay, let me see what you guys were saying. All right. It says, somebody says, Miss 007 says, Tim said that he will not let Joycelyn take the stand. Isn't that witness tampering if she has been subpoenaed to be there? He can't do that. I don't, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he can stop that. This is federal.
Yeah.
You can't do anything of that. He can't stop that. Yeah, you get subpoena. Like if they subpoena, gosh, what is? Let me see somebody. If they subpoena, shoot, I don't know who's around him. I don't know. I mean, you know, like I was about to say, if they subpoena the parents, they can't. You can't do nothing about that. You get what I'm saying?
Right now, I'm gonna be at work that day. I ain't gonna be at work.
Yeah, no, you get subpoena. This is feds. This ain't no local situation. Yeah. Karen said, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, hold on. I want to answer this. Okay. This thing is it went by fast. Hold on, y'all. No, he's wanting her to not perjure herself. Oh, I get that. And see, let me go and shut this down. Okay. The thing is that people were saying that in regards to AZRIEL. Y'all, if that was the case, prosecution would have did that already. Y'all can't believe the hype, okay? Y'all can't believe the hype because everything people say on the stand, you have to back up, okay? Know that they did all of their research during discovery. That's why it doesn't surprise the defense when she says what she says in regards to her parents, how she got there, her line about her age. Y'all notice none of that is relevant? It's not relevant to the case. She could have been pussy popping on the handstand. It don't matter. She was underage, and he should have kept his pink, his nasty, filthy tongue in his mouth. Period. So,
even still after he found out,
even still after he found out, he still was dealing with her. He shipped her back just to get documents to get her back. And what y'all got to understand, he still was held accountable. Just because they signed the document to Juice, they didn't sign her over to him. So he still was out of order. That's just like if y'all got a foster child and, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how I'm going to break that down. How I'm trying to do this comparison or whatever.
Somebody go in and go foster a child under their name.
Yeah, exactly. You foster some child on behalf of somebody, right? And then your cousin mess with them or something like that. Like, it's like they're not connected still. Meaning what I'm trying to say, R. Kelly her was still not connected. Okay? She didn't get written over to him. Why everybody want to put that rumor out there? And there ain't no alleged. We read the transcripts. Her mother signed off on the consent for her to be under the guidance of a woman that I guess they entrusted. Mind you, you got a teenager over here jucking and jiving like we do when we young. Oh, yes, mother, it's going to be great. R. Kelly, this is my golden opportunity. All she getting her butt beaten and getting diseases and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let me go up because I saw something. Okay. She lied about her age. That's a big deal. No, it's not. Oh my God. Can I please clarify why it's not? In certain states, and I really want to find this attorney, in certain states, it's not up to her to prove her age. It's up to him. So say for example, dang, I want to find the attorney while you guys in here. He stated, because he was viewing the case, and he stated that, you know, in certain states, that's why they're asking all these states and stuff, because guarantee you they're going to look up all the regulations and rules and stuff in these states. They're looking, so in certain states, it's not up to them. So say for example, y'all know about examples. A man goes into a bar, right? And it's 21 and up. He's under the impression that everybody in the club is 21. He meets a girl at the bar. She's actually 16. She has a fake ID, right? They have sex. She don't like it. Or her mom found out about it. They cry rape or whatever the case may be, right? And it happens all the time. Because y'all hear about the cases or whatever the case may be. The man gets prosecuted, gets on the what's that? He's a offender now. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. So it's really not up to her to dispel that information. It's up to him to do his due diligence. And seriously, no shade, having prior issues with that, oh, baby, you would have to have your age tattooed on your forehead. I need to talk to your mama. I need to talk to your sister, your brother. I need to see your ID. And even still, even that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Let me see your birth certificate in this piece, you know? So, and if you notice, they asked that, but they rolled right over that because that does not matter. And then eventually she tells him, and he didn't stop then. He continued to pursue her 5 years, y'all. This girl was, and then they even asked, okay, after you got the consent from your parents, how old were you? Y'all got to listen. Y'all have to listen. She said she was 17. Mind you, again, this is the summertime. And then even in school starts in August. Her birthday wasn't until December, y'all. So I'm sorry, it's nowhere around it. Then he traveled with her. That's when the sex trafficking comes in, y'all. And I know I might be butthurt to hear this, but at the end of the day, it's about what you can prove and if he's breaking the law. Okay? Any of the other additional BS is irrelevant. It really is. It's really irrelevant. Okay. Okay, sorry. Did somebody ask me something? I see waiting. Fight for freedom, baby. I have the transcripts, baby. I have all of them, okay, in the works, okay, trust, all right? And at the end of the day, I'm not holding back nothing. I'm just reading, okay? I put my little 2 cents in because it's my channel, okay? All right? And I'm not holding back nothing from anybody that's listening, okay? Y'all can do the same. Contact the court reporter, and y'all can purchase your own transcripts, okay, baby? That's why I've been showing them on my screen so y'all can see that I'm stumbling, fumbling over words, but I'm reading what's on there. Okay. And this is when she first came to court. I'm not holding anything back. Okay. But just to let you know that I know that I'm, talking about what I'm talking about. They had to wait. They had some dealings or whatever with the prosecution side or whatever. So that's en route. But trust you me, I'm gonna read all the transcripts. Okay. Because clearly we've been lied to in a lot of cases about this. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Okay. Whitney, can you please explain to people why it's not easy for a person to just leave a situation that like that, generally speaking? Okay. I can generally speak on that. It's not. It's not that easy. First and foremost, as you guys expressed, up until a point she had just started getting physically abused. Okay. And so it wasn't happening as often at that time. He didn't walk up to her and say, "Hi, my name is R. Kelly. I'm finna beat you behind these next few years." She wouldn't have went with that. Let's be real. Don't no man that beats and does these things to any woman is gonna walk up to him and tell them that. It happens over time. And then over time, you're steady convincing yourself, he'll change. Oh, it was just one time. Oh, I can do better. This girl was writing letters to herself, not to mess up. What is y'all saying? So y'all went 5 years? Yeah.
And then people
No, you okay.
People should understand that too. I mean, if you just
Y'all, this is my husband, a male perspective.
Yeah, I mean, people should understand that question. You know what I'm saying? Just if you think about a past relationship or something that you was in, we regular people. You know what I'm saying? Just think about a past relationship that you was in, but you love that person so much, so you just stuck around. Now you think about heighten that times 10 because this is a superstar that people look at almost as a god. You know what I'm saying? So he, of course, the things that he doing that she forgiving is gonna be times 10.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what she said. She's like, I do love him.
Yeah.
He a superstar.
Come
on, man.
Yeah, and then he promised her all these things and stuff. Like, this is real life, and that's why people irritate me. Y'all, it's kind of irritating that y'all can't see the realistic approach about it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, somebody said it's not that easy. Man, they had plenty of opportunities to leave. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Just because they didn't lock her door, just because, no, they didn't. You got to understand, once you get in the mind of a person, that's all you need. I made a prime example about an elephant at a circus. Huge elephant, right? And if you notice, wrapped around the elephant leg when they're trying to keep them, off to the side, it's a rope and then it's in the ground. An elephant, y'all. Do you know how big of tons these elephants are? But they got into the elephant's mind where they didn't feel like they could go any further than that little pole and that rope. Stop acting like y'all don't comprehend why these girls stayed. Y'all saw how devastated Dominique was. Fidgeting, pregnant, as she's telling her story. It is not that easy. And I say that as a woman that has not been in a situation like that, but have been with a guy that was a F-boy and was no good for me. And I would leave relationships that I'm in to be with him, only to know that he's going to mess me up. Y'all stop acting. And we all been there.
Even if it ain't that much.
Yeah, if it ain't that much. You've been in a relationship like that.
You know what I'm saying? This is not healthy.
This is not healthy, and you stayed, and then y'all are sitting up here getting mad because she changed her mind. She changed her mind. I'm just saying, yes, Nene, you said correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, you talking about the question up above? Let me see. Joy honestly have no choice but to tell the truth because this is federal. And if she lies, she's definitely getting in trouble. Yeah. And I see why now. I see what y'all talking about now, why her dad is trying to keep that from happening because she would do time. That's what I'm telling you. Indigo said, terrible this happened to them because they wanted to show him they were worthy of his love. Yeah. Preach, Whitney. I'm just saying. Dominique is pregnant again? No. I'm talking about when she did the show, she was pregnant. While the documentary and fidgeting and stuff, she had a big old belly. I will report to you guys that Dominique is no longer Dominique. I'm not going to disclose her full name, but it is Sade. And she should be probably married by now or getting married or what have you. She doesn't want anything to do with everything that's going on. She's engaged, name changed, and she's doing good. I know because I'm a friend with her on Facebook. I did not know she took the stand. Oh, she didn't take the stand. I was talking about the documentary. I'm sorry. It broke my heart to see Dominique on TMZ with Joy. Yeah, she was, and that's what I'm saying. Is the way she was dressing and stuff like that. Look at her now. You ain't seen her in no hat and stuff like that. They just he completely alter their existing, their being. You know what I'm saying? What, baby? Allegedly. Princess says these were little girls. Their minds are not that strong. That's what I think people are forgetting. Y'all seeing these women now as grown women, and it's just like these are they were still young ladies at that time. Y'all looking at the grown women now, but they were young then, y'all. Dondre, R. Kelly did damage to these girls, but some of y'all stop acting like the parents didn't know what the F was going on. Parents were giving their girls up for a meal ticket. Parents ain't no saints. Let me put this out here. I agree. I believe that some parents were in the situation, but I'm going to be brutally honest. That has nothing to do with statutory rape. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with sex trafficking. At the end of the day, also, you guys are putting this out here as if that makes R. Kelly look good. If these parents sold their children, he bought them. That's illegal. oh God. I'm just saying. And they be boldly saying that. Y'all, he got set up. He took the bait then. What are we talking about here? Y'all sound real dumb. Them parents knew what they were doing. Yeah, and if they did, he took the bait. And I told y'all a prime example. I told y'all a prime example in regards to when those people be on them sex offender shows. I think it's like CBS or something like that. And they be setting up them predators, right? They be online and they be lying about who they are, their age and stuff like that. Who gets in trouble? The pedo. The pedo gets in trouble, not the person that was on the other end. So as much as you guys want to sit up here and throw these alleged parents up under the bus, when there's no evidence showing that, okay, y'all keep throwing it out there in the ether. Where is the evidence? And I just read, although y'all want to say it's waiting to the defense. Okay. All right. But it's no evidence to allege that. Okay. And if it was, your boy bought them. Every last one of them. That's illegal, y'all. So y'all need to come up with another theory because it sounds great. The parents, but that's illegal on his end. Okay. And then also, let's be honest. Okay. Yeah, to catch a predator. Thank you. Let's be honest. Okay. Okay, Fresh. Let me ask you. Hold on before I say what I was going to say. You asked, when did R. Kelly say when he slept with them? Well, baby, he ain't took the stand. Like, come on now, be realistic. And furthermore, he did concede on Gayle King, baby, that those were his girlfriends. Okay? So, see, y'all forget what's put out there. But see, I remember. Okay? And in front of R. Kelly, remember, yeah, how he was coughing in the background, so he was present? Yeah. So he heard Gayle ask AZRIEL in regards to their sex life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna answer a few more questions and about this topic, but then, like I said, I'm gonna go live life. Y'all need to do the same. It's too much. Every time Az said he filmed it in the iPad, they have the video from the class. I'm just saying. Okay, these are the last questions I'm finna answer, you guys. So put them in real quick. I'm gonna give y'all like 2 minutes. At the end of the day, they knew R. Kelly public record since 94. Okay, hold on. 94, 95, and so on. Ain't no way in hell I'm giving my daughters up just because he have a huge name in the music industry. Oh, okay. Let's go there. I thought he got off. So technically, they had nothing to worry about, right? Which one is it, y'all? Y'all be doing this double standard thing. Y'all be back and forth. He didn't do nothing, right? So they should trust him, right? And they didn't trust him, baby. You keep saying it's not true. You just heard what was said. She, the mother, Miss Alice, signed for her to be under advisory of a woman, not Kelly. So y'all are still putting out fake news. She didn't get signed off to R. Kelly. Okay? Not in that aspect. Y'all need to stop with that. That's ridiculous. Come on now. Okay. What did he do? What did he do? I don't know what he do, but I do know that they're going to actually show proof. Okay? Okay. The government can, all right, you guys, 1 minute. That's it. The government cannot say they have evidence if they do not. They can't. Well, mama does that. Britney Spears mama did it. Justin Bieber mama did it. No. They talk about it. Usher mother. Y'all remember that? Oh, y'all don't remember that, right? This is what they do in the industry. You get mentorship. This girl was already singing. Like, stop it. As said, her mother gave the defendant a long list of school supplies, not school supplies, list of things that she needed for school. Why would she give it to the defendant instead of the woman? Baby, if that was a concern, see, y'all are nitpicking now, okay? If that was a concern, they would have said something. And furthermore, y'all ain't listening. The reason why she gave it a list is because what did she say initially? She said her and Kelly went to go convince her parents. So while there, she's running off to her room. She's writing lists down. They're packing. Do y'all not remember me reading that? See, y'all can throw all this stuff out here to the likes of anybody, and they just want to run with that. But I just read. That's why she gave it to him, because he was present with AZRIEL, convincing them to let her go. I read that, y'all. Come on now. I read that. But we gonna stop picking, y'all. Stop nitpicking. It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. But nothing gets done. You know what I'm saying? The trial is still underway. I hope you guys, yeah, it's a sad story both ways. It really is. Thank you. And what people got to realize, I don't hate Kelly. I really wish that he would have got help. And see, when people put out false stuff like this and hide stuff, this is what happens. This is what happens. Y'all want to, and then y'all want to pick and choose the truths and the lies that AZRIEL state. But let's start from the beginning, because that's what it was. I read from the beginning of this. She never said that her parents sold her off and all this stuff. No. She said her and Kelly went to convince. Y'all know what we do when we are convincing, when our kids come up. Mommy, please, can I have some ice cream type of stuff? Oh, come on. Avi, and this goes for anybody, and I'm finna go. My husband is waiting on me. If anybody wants a copy, I will send it to you. This is what I'm reading. Okay, this is the copy that you will get, though, because I'm being very specific. This is the proceedings from August 23rd, which is Monday. This is going to show you when he married Aaliyah, when they talk about her being pregnant, as well as it going into AZRIEL's testimony. Okay? So if you want a copy of that one, then you can cash out me, and I will send you. And when you cash out me, add your email into the note, and I will send it right over to you. I have no problem with doing that. Okay. Okay, Miss Double. So things needed for school isn't considered school. Girl, I'm just playing with you. Like, girl, stop. That's fine. School supplies, school clothes. It don't matter, girl. I'm just playing with you. It ain't that serious. Hey, we paid a lot of money for those. They can sit and listen. Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice. Yeah, girl. Yeah, I understand. They want to talk about irrelevant things. They do. It's irrelevant, y'all. It has nothing to do with the case. If it did, don't you think the defense will be objecting? Like, seriously, y'all. We grown, right? We grown. Okay? We're grown. So let's be real. Okay? Let's be honest about it. Okay? Let's just stick to what we're hearing. You know what I'm saying? So, number one, why not be with women that he knows 100% zero chance they are minors? That's right. Okay. All right, you guys. I have to wrap this up. Yeah, he didn't care. R. Kelly started with the first victim, and it was easy after that. Yep. Okay, y'all. Let Whitney go. Let Whitney go. Thank you, Miss Double. Thank you. Love y'all. Okay, you guys. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in and listening in on the transcript reading. I pray that I did it due diligence. You know what I'm saying? I try not to put my opinions out there too much, okay? But I hope you guys enjoyed the reading, okay? Now, if you got anything that you like to send over to me in regards to the trial, in regards to any conspiracy theory, or you want my advice about something personal or whatever, send it on over to reviewswithwhitneyd@gmail.com and I'll answer you. If you're embarking on a journey of YouTube and you want my advice on that, or you would like for me to do your intro, outro, any graphics or whatever pertaining to YouTube, hit me up at WhitneyDavisPlanning@gmail.com. Okay. Now, if you would like to support me or send money to get a copy of the transcript or whatever the case may be, again, this is my Cash App. Okay. But not for nothing, you guys. I genuinely love you guys. Like, for real. I don't take none of this seriously whatsoever. I have a life. I have my own husband, you know what I'm saying, and kids that I got to entertain. And so this is not that serious for me, you guys. And it shouldn't be that serious for you guys either, okay? These are real people alive. Let them be. What happens, happens, okay? And keep everybody in your prayers when it comes to this whole situation, okay? I love you guys so much. But most of all, God loves you. You guys have a blessed night. See you later. Alligator. Bye.
Today I saw a ladybug, and it's so crazy because Whitney used to always call me Ladybug, and we used to have thousands of ladybugs in Virginia. Come summertime, we used to open up all the windows. Today I saw a ladybug, and it's so crazy because Whitney used to always call me Ladybug, and we used to have thousands. Today I saw a ladybug, and it's so crazy because Whitney used to always call me Ladybug, and we used to have thousands of ladybugs in Virginia. Come summertime, we used to open up all the windows, and thousands of ladybugs would just come into the house. They would fly into the house, and it would just be the